So did you know that this is actually the time of the year when most businesses struggle the most, because everyone is out doing something else? You've got the kids on holiday, people are like going on holiday in general, they're enjoying the summer, they're not on their phones as much, all this kind of stuff. There's so many different metrics that come into it depending on whether you're doing a service-based business or product-based business. So I always find that around this time of year, my clothing company does suffer. It always suffers. This quarter is probably our hardest quarter of the year. And to be totally honest, if I break even, I'm a pretty happy clam. And people are like, well, that's not a great business brain to have. But I am, because it is harder than ever to get people to buy stuff, just in general, to be honest. And don't at me for the look. I kind of woke up with this idea in my head about how to talk about this subject. So I rolled out of bed and I'm making it. So we've got coffee, we've got the camera, path of least resistance. I already had this set up from yesterday. And we're just going to chat some shit. I've got some notes on my fridge because that's what I do. Honestly, if you are looking for polished, it's not me. Like, my creative side is really polished. Authentic Emily is a bit of a mess. So, we're going to go through 3 of the top things that I hear a lot of the time when people's businesses are stagnating. And again, another reason that this conversation came up in my mind, and I literally woke up and was like, I have to talk about this. Like, I was compelled. It's more just for the simple fact that I've had so many conversations with clients over this past week about this. And it actually pains me a lot because I used to be in that position. If you took it back when I wasn't doing well in business, it was about 2021, nothing was working, I put my head in the ground, and one client said to me this week something that I won't forget, and they basically said that they thought they weren't good enough. Now, that hit a nerve with me because that was me. That's what I did in the darkest moments of my business. I said the same thing every single day. I was like, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I'm not good enough. And I want to tell you exactly what I told them, which is that is a lie. Business is business, and the market will move regardless of what you do within it. 100% logistically, that is why businesses scale and businesses fail. That is it. I'm not going to bullshit you around that one. I never ever want to do so. But you telling yourself that you are not good enough and that you are not deserving enough of this is just going to make it more likely that that is going to happen. You have to be delusionally optimistic with what you want to do within business to succeed. And I don't say that to get you down in woo-woo land and get you thinking that, you know, it's all sunshine and rainbows on this side of the bridge. It's not. It's because it's different. When you walk into a corporate job, you can have months, years even, where you do not live up to your potential and you will still get paid at the end of the month. The difference is you do have to turn up, do the thing, have fucking staff meetings with yourself to be able to successfully run a business, because all the risk is on your head. So I understand why some people think that they are not good enough because of the fucking thing between their ears. If you do not have this as solid as anything, it's really difficult. And I'm not saying that you need to be a motivational martyr and all this kind of shit and go and do 5 a.m. runs and film it and do your own little Rocky like montage. Don't need to do that. But you do need to get those sort of narratives out of your head because they're not benefiting you. It is just a lie that you're telling yourself to protect yourself, because our brains are naturally wired for survival. So we will do whatever we need to do to survive. I promise you. I have done some freaking weird shit to earn money to just keep my head above water. Honestly. And it's why when I put in systems and implementation and everything into some people's businesses and they're like, oh, I don't like doing that, I'm too good for that, I always laugh. Because I can't fathom, I can't get it, where if this is the end goal that you want, and whatever you do in this process is going to help you get there, why wouldn't you do it? Like if it means cleaning houses, emptying bins, shoveling shit, I don't know, whatever it may be, to get you to that end goal, why are you not doing it? I worked corporate for the majority of the time that I've run my businesses. And then I moved into business when the time was right. I didn't just run into it. I didn't just burn all the bridges and fuck off. You can go back to my last video on how I actually did that myself. How I worked a 9 to 5 and I did stuff on the side to then generate capital, to make money, to invest into the business, to make that grow, to then be able to go full time with it. So, shameless plug there. So if you think you're not good enough, here's the thing I'm going to tell you that I exactly told them, is that you need to get that out of your head, and then it leads on to number 2, you need to audit your environment. And I mean everything in it. So that goes from the sort of routine that you have. Are you getting out? Are you going for a freaking walk? Like, are you mentally stimulated? Are you relaxing? Are you being able to spend time with your friends? Are you actually investing into your interpersonal relationships? Or are you just muddling on by? Are you eating good food for you and not just getting takeaway all the time because it's easier? Like, is your actual environment around you clean and safe and light? You know, like all of these things really dictate a lot of how you view yourself. Because I've done the whole curtains closed, black room, single laptop, headphones shit, you know, that people say. And I do it more for a focus point because I get distracted really easily. But I do have different areas for different things. So audit your environment. Audit it personally and professionally. If your professional environment is messy, fix that first. If you don't know what you're meant to achieve in every single day that you're doing it, then you need to get yourself a list. You need to write that shit down. So for me, for an example, I like to write lists at the end of every working day, which then go on to the next day. And I have 2 different types of lists. I have my to-do list and my if I can be asked list. So those are extra things that are not paramount to the current thing that I'm working on, but it would be an asset if I got it done. For me, most of the time, it is following up with pitches that I've sent and different strategies that I've implemented. You know, like, because some of the strategies that I do, they can last for 6 to 8 weeks. So you don't need to check in every other day to be able to make sure that it's working, as long as the person's implementing it. So that's why sometimes that's on my if I can be asked list, which maybe sounds a little bit savage, but it works for me. And then the final one, the final one that probably no one really wants to hear, but you will hear it again and again on the internet if you just listen, is practicing delayed gratification. Nothing's going to happen overnight. So whenever you decide to do anything, it's like building blocks. You don't build a house with one brick. You know, there's many different components, there's many different bricks. There's a lot of different assets that you need to put into it. So what you need to be able to do is delay that gratification and do the work anyway. And everyone knows me, I'm all about doing the work and just shutting up. You know, like, just shut up, put your head down and get it done. But I really do encourage that you practice that, because you kind of need to. Business is savage most of the time. And if you want to scale within business, you need to be just as savage in an extent. I'm not saying you need to be a savage person, you just need to be savage with your business movements. And that's where it's like a complete difference, because I like to think I'm not an arsehole. You know, people could probably either clarify or say that I am an arsehole, I don't know. But in business, sometimes I can be really brutal. And it's more because I'm not giving myself the option to have empathy around it. Because if I had empathy around a business situation that has to happen, I'm essentially opening up a door for a potential failure that I physically have done myself when I didn't need to, because believe me, there's going to be many different doors that are going to be open that want you to fail. And I actually wrote something after that call with the client in my post notes that I'm just going to finish off here with you guys. the new people as well. We've had like a bit of an influx of subscribers, so thank you very much. I love that my really shitty CTAs are working, and obviously, you know, you don't care that I look like shit most of the time. But, and I wrote it on my whiteboard that's on my fridge, it says, when business is going shit, you won't see it. You'll see the same person turning up each day, because nothing was achieved in a moment. It was achieved in steps. The difference is a lot of people hook on steps going up, when actually the biggest movements that will happen in your business will be down, sideways, and up. So have that. Have a great day. It is early as balls, and I'm going to go to work. See you later.